Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 1 in a series between Welmu and Sage. Game 1 taking place here on Antigua Shipyard. This is going to be a Protoss versus Protoss mirror match series, and that means that we will see a lot of very similar builds. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there are like, I hate watching mirror matches. Well, mirror matches happen 1 out of 3 times, and depriving yourself out of this much... Hey, you should... Alright, let me set this up first. Oh, busy. Alright, so Protoss versus Protoss mirror match. Very similar builds, as we see Welmu actually, Sage actually going for a later pylon than normal. That's going to be a little bit of an interesting build. He does have his pylon closer to here on the front door. What this will do is it will limit the amount of warp in space from the low ground up onto the high ground. One thing I do want to note, and one thing I do want to say, is that in Protoss versus Protoss mirror matches, or in Protoss games, in Heart of the Swarm, you can no longer warp up onto the high ground, even if you have power on the low ground. Apparently, pylons can power buildings down. They can no longer power buildings up. We'll see how long that does stick around, as we are already seeing Welmu doing a much more traditional build, getting in that assimilator now. Meanwhile, Sage has been doing rather strange builds. He does not have gas as of yet, and this is going to come in as a little bit of a surprise to me, as his gas will be delayed, meaning his warp gate tech will be delayed. And if his warp gate tech is delayed, then that means his army will be delayed. Alright, let's take a look at the overall harvester count. It is 16 to 15. Welmu does have the advantage there, since Sage did go for a delayed pylon. And with that delayed pylon, he was supply blocked for just a little while longer. Production tab. Warp gate already up by Welmu, and I can already tell where this race will be going. If Welmu tries to capitalize on Sage's build order and being just about 20 to 30 seconds slow, he will have a very significant difference. You can see, 40 seconds there to 15, so 15 seconds slow. But then again, also the warp gate tech shows about 25 or 16 harvester difference in terms of overall gas. Okay, coming back here, we are getting into another gateway. This gateway warping in a little bit prematurely. Sage also getting that second assimilator up. We can see the second assimilator is already up by Welmu in this Protoss versus Protoss mirror match. And so far, an early Zealot of Sage may actually turn the tides here, as this Zealot may cause a little bit of problems. Alright, how many kills will this Zealot get? 1, 2. Oh, he does get 1 kill off. Is he going to get off another kill? That is a question. They're trying to get up another probe. Almost gets another probe, but he is causing a lot of damage here. And now this is actually a little bit interesting, as the Zealot has gotten a lot of kills. That one Zealot has gotten 5 kills. Definitely worth it. And what was that? Alright, so 300 resources lost to 100, and I gotta take it back. Sage, perhaps knowing Welmu's build order, and now a complete turnaround. 23 harvesters compared to 18. Alright, we can see that Welmu is now trying to be aggressive. This is not gonna bode well for him. Sage, he does spot this pylon. What is he doing? You see the pylon, and you're not going to do anything about it? That is rather strange there, as we are training up a second and a third Stalker. Alright, so second and third Stalker now coming in, now going into sentries. It looks like the Stalker was actually cancelled, and now Sage is opting to play a little bit more defensively than aggressively. 2 Stalkers now making their way down. They are going to be battling up against 2 Stalkers. A third Stalker now coming in from Welmu. Twilight Council now warping in for that. As the warp gate tech has already been completed, you can see only 2 warp gates with the Twilight Council coming in. I cannot imagine this will be a good fight at all. Sentries now on the high ground. What is going to be happening here? They're just going to come in here, and now there's a force field trapping some of those Stalkers. 1 Stalker trapped up on the high ground will get shot down, and second Stalker is going to get trapped as well. Sage may end up losing 1, as 2 more Stalkers get stuck. Oh my gosh, Sage is playing this absolutely beautifully, making Welmu look like an unseasoned player. Let's take a look at the overall losses. 1,000 versus 275. And at this point, Sage is either absolutely brilliant in his build order, or he is getting perhaps some of the luckiest exchanges in the game. Welmu now is perhaps scratching his head, wondering what he's going to be doing next. He's going into Blink Stalkers. Meanwhile, Sage already has Immortals and will be getting Blink Stalkers of his own, as he is opting to get his Twilight Council. Alright, Stalkers warping, or Stalkers will be walking in here, taking down this proxy pylon. Sage losing this proxy pylon here. And we'll see what the next engagement will be. Welmu currently supply blocked 34 over 34. 29 harvesters compared to 28. Overall army composition about 13 supply difference. I guess 12 technically if you do not count workers in there. As we are now going into an expansion by Welmu. Welmu getting in that expansion. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. Sage opting to finish off the game here with a 1 base. Nope. Wait. I thought this... Oh, okay, the Nexus is still down over here. I thought it got reset for just a moment. That is not the case. Stalkers still in position. You can see a new pylon has been warped in here by Sage. And this is going to be a very, very dangerous battle for Welmu. Welmu does have Blink, and he will be forced to utilize it. If he tries to engage here, he is going to take a lot of damage here. And there you go. Are they going to blink away? Yes. Able to flash back and now be on the retreat. 61 supply, 63 supply compared to 45. More Zealots and Immortals being added to the composition here, as they're going to simply... Are they going to circumnavigate around? No, they are not. They're actually going to walk right within sight range of that Xel'Naga tower. The Stalkers, where are they going to go? Able to bypass here. And where are these Stalkers going? The Stalkers perhaps looking to cause some trouble. There is an Immortal, and that Immortal gonna get off some easy shots on some units. Alright, one Stalker up on the high ground, getting off some easy shots here. You can see another Stalker coming in here as well, as the Stalkers are blinking forward. One actually blinks accidentally onto the low ground. That is not gonna work out well, as Welmu gonna lose that Stalker pretty easily. 2 more Stalkers coming in here. Welmu down to 1 Stalker, as Welmu trying to essentially buy time at this point. He cannot, as Sage does have... Oh, what is this? Sneaking in a pylon here. It will get canceled and destroyed most likely by Sage. Wait, nope. Welmu actually gonna let that... Or Sage is actually gonna let that finish, as the Stalkers are now trying to engage. Zealots are warping in here. Force fields coming in up on the low ground as well. A lot of force fields coming in across the board. More Stalkers are warping in, as Sage does have that high ground pylon here, as the Stalkers are now still trying to push their way in. There's plenty of sentries. There's the blink by Sage, and Sage picking off the sentries. Immortal still unable to get up, but Sage looks like he's gonna be able to capitalize and be able to push back, destroy this expansion, and perhaps come out with the victory, as we now see a force field coming in. A high ground pylon will get destroyed. No Zealots and Probes trying to tank much of that damage. Another force field coming in. Stalkers blinking past that. Nice play by Welmu, but it may be too little too late, as there is the GG. Sage taking game 1 in an interesting series. This was a different build order than you normally see. I believe he built his pylon on 10, got out an earlier Zealot, delayed his gas, and that one Zealot got 6 probe kills. That set up for an economic advantage. Sage got ahead there and continued to be ahead throughout the rest of the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Stay tuned for game 2.